And welcome back to the Property Guru Asia Real Estate Summit 2025. I hope you enjoy the networking lunch. We have more interesting panel discussions for all of you and a two-time Olympic champion gracing the ARES stage later on. Now, as we continue to talk about trusted marketplaces and thriving communities, we would like to thank once again our community of supporters and partners for ARES 2025. We have our innovation partner, Sybarite Architects, supporting partner, UN Habitat, official magazine Property Report by Property Guru, official portal partner, Property Guru, official publicity partner, Infinity Communications, official marketing partner, Stellar Marketing Groups. Now, our media partners, we have Bridges, DNA, Design and Architecture Magazine, Detic.com, Hot Magazine, Inquire Property, Compass.com, Copyandproperty.com, Luxury Society Asia, Manila Bulletin, Niaga Times, Penang Property Talk, Prop Tomorrow, REM, Square Rooms, Terra Bangkok, The Grid, The Malaysia Voice, The Philippine Star, Top 10 of Asia, and Tatler Homes. And our exhibitors, we have True Online and True 5G. Thank you again to all our supporters and partners. Now, we're going to hear from our ARES ambassador who will share his thoughts on ARES over the years and its transformation to what it is today. Please welcome Value Management Specialist and Sustainability Advocate and Director, Quantum Analysis Private Limited, Stephen Oehme.
Thank you. From every perspective and for every stakeholder in the room, how we achieve value in the real estate sector is fundamentally important and it's absolutely essential. And this is what we've been exploring at ARES now this is the 11th year. And I've been involved with ARES since 2020, so this is the 6th year. And ARES really has been very, very focused on the defining moments of the real estate sector, not only in Asia, but globally, because we really are global. And the interest and investment, etc., in Asia is now very, very global and increasing dramatically. The topic that I want to explore is the transition into a new era. And I know that sounds like a really, really big statement, but it's really, really so true. And I'd like to take three individual aspects which are making up a tremendous transition needed to address the new era. And when I say new era, it's an era that's already started. And those three topics would be the post-pandemic world, sustainability, and artificial intelligence. The post-pandemic world, when I started chairing ARES in 2020, we were in the pandemic. It was all happening very quickly, and we realized immediately that the world was going through something unprecedented, but it would also bring about just incredible change. And it really, really has. And when you think about what we've discussed over ARES over the years and what we've been discussing today at ARES, we know that how we live, how we work, how we interact, just from a post-pandemic world is incredibly different. And we need to think very, very differently. We need to act, and the outcomes that we strive for need to be very, very different. And we've addressed a lot of those issues, and we're continuing to discover and evolve ways in which our world has changed and how we need to adapt to that change. So that's really happening. And that's new. It's only been in the last 5-6 years, or nearly 6 now, of course, that we've had this challenge, this opportunity to address the post-pandemic world with all the advantages that there are from doing that and all the disadvantages if we don't rise to those challenges. So that's one aspect. The sustainability is another aspect, and throughout the years, as you can see on the slide here, we've really been addressing all of the facets of sustainability. For some people, when we talk about sustainability, they're only thinking about environmental sustainability. But sustainability goes much, much further than that, and we've been addressing that over the years. It is environmental and all the forms of environmental, but it's also the human and the social. And we've seen more and more over the years, and including today, how the human and social elements of sustainability are really, really massive drivers for how we need to think and what we need to do. Really, really important. And then, of course, the other really important aspect of sustainability is financial sustainability. I mean, these are turbulent times. The Economist is with us every year, and we could see from this morning, just how dynamic our financial world is, and there are headwinds, and there are huge challenges, obstacles, unexpected parameters that we are having to face. And that's a really, really important part of sustainability as well. The largest store of wealth in the world is the real estate sector. It's worth $400 trillion US, and some would say even higher than that. It is the largest store of wealth. 1 in 8 people in the world is directly employed by the real estate sector. It's a massive, massive industry. In terms of new construction every year and capital renewal programs, etc., it is worth something in the order of $16 trillion every year. If that was a country, it would be the 3rd biggest country in the world. And in some other measures, some would say that it's a lot bigger than 16 trillion a year. It's massive. 40% of the energy consumed globally is from the real estate sector. 40% of the carbon emissions is also from the real estate sector. And so it goes on. Materials and waste, again, 40%. It's a massive impact for the real estate sector and sustainability. It's just a massive, massive challenge. It's a huge responsibility, and it's also a great opportunity. We've been talking about sustainability for over 30 years. The last 3 years I've been involved with the United Nations at COP28, COP29 and COP30 that finished last month in Brazil. And that was COP30, so it was the 30th year. And as we saw from some of the slides this morning, renewable energy consumption, carbon emissions from energy is dropping, especially in Asia, very significantly in Asia. But that's normally been from the demand side, the renewable energy, the production of electricity, and some energy efficiency. There's a lot further that we need to do in the real estate sector for sustainability. It's really, really important. But it's a massive transition. Whilst we've been talking about that for 30 years, we need to really think about that. A lot of what we need to do is what we need to do in the future, and we need to be doing that very, very quickly and directly. And then, of course, the third factor for the new era is artificial intelligence. And as we all know, this is an incredible thing. It is transitioning how we think, how we work, how we interact. It is a massive, massive opportunity, but it's also a very, very serious challenge. When we think about the computerization of our lives and our work in the real estate sector, with email and computerized drawings and information systems, etc., we would think that it would make us a lot more efficient and productive, and it has. But has it actually brought us closer together? Has it made us more time efficient in all sorts of ways? And with social media, you could say, yes, it has made me more time efficient. And you could also say, no, it hasn't made me more time efficient because it's given me diversions. Has it made us more holistic in the way that we think? In actual fact, I would say probably not. When I've been involved with various projects all over the world, and I'll show you some of those in a minute. The thing is that it has actually become easier and easier for me to find ways to save money. It hasn't become harder over the years, it's actually become easier. Some of the technologies that we introduce doesn't necessarily make us more holistic, it does make us more siloed in our thinking and in our outcomes. And that's a really, really huge challenge. And it is definitely a new era. These are some of the projects that I've been involved in all over the world. In all of these projects, we've been able to save money, sometimes a staggering amount of money. In all of these projects, we've achieved sustainable outcomes in different ways, not only the environment, but the human and the social. I was very interested in Simon's dissection earlier when he was talking about return on investment, and then he started talking about return on experience and return on culture and return on heritage, and really looking at those different areas of how we develop things. It's really, really interesting, it's very exciting, and it's definitely a transition into a new era, and that's what ARES has been preparing for, and that's what we've been discussing today. So it is very, very interesting. The last 10 years, and today being the 11th year of ARES, really has been addressing the defining moments in ways that have been even more prophetic than we even realised, with the speed, because sustainability has been slow burn 30 years. The post-pandemic world has happened in 5 years, 6 years. It's a lot quicker. And of course, with artificial intelligence, it is now so incredibly fast. The new era has already started. We tended to think, especially in sustainability, we talk about 2030, 2050, etc., but we're talking about 2026. What we plan for the end of 2026 needs to be very, very different from where we are today. But our past, ARES, very, very proud of what's been achieved. The team have put together a video to celebrate the last 10 years of ARES. Thanks very much.
I'd like to welcome you all to the 2024 Property Guru Asia Real Estate Summit. We are celebrating the 10th anniversary. 10th anniversary of Property Guru's annual thought leadership event.
Now, over the years, ARES has been a champion for prop tech, innovation, sustainability.
There's been hundreds of speakers, literally, and thousands of people that have been engaged with Property Guru and the Asia Real Estate Summit. I mean, it really is a fantastic driver of so much in Asia and beyond.
We've looked at different ways of living, we've looked at different ways of designing, we've looked at sustainability, and we've heard from some not average speakers, the best speakers, the experts in their field. Here we are getting to be inspired for the future by the people who are thinking about the future, about a sustainable future, about a future that will make people's lives better, and a way that we will leave something on this planet that we're proud of.